What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Not Today.
Hey, guys.
I'm Jen Sturger.
You did it.
I did it!
You didn't stumble at all.
Listen.
Wonderful.
I think part of the problem is my brain is always like 7 steps faster than my mouth. So my mouth's like, we gotta catch up!
Right.
That's the tism. Actually, that's the ADHD. It's fun because it's kind of like having two friends inside that don't get along.
Right.
They have very different ideas of like what constitutes
You have the odd couple in your head?
Yeah, it's what constitutes a good time. They have very different ideas.
Yeah.
Like one side is like, we should go out and do things and we should go and hang out with people. And the other side's like, the fuck are you thinking?
Mine's just this lonely guy in the dark, just sitting in the corner by himself. Going, I wish I had friends.
Yeah, no, I have 2 people arguing in my head. And one of them is very outgoing and the other one is like a complete shut-in. Complete shut-in.
They shouldn't be roommates.
A little bit of a weirdo.
They shouldn't be roommates.
You know?
I think my guy killed his roommate. And he's just sitting there next to the corpse.
Shit, now I don't have a friend.
Fuck, why'd I kill him? He was annoying.
No, but
lonely.
that same energy is the one that's like, I don't know, making it weird for me this time of year just because people start having a lot of parties.
Oh, it's Halloween time, yeah.
Yeah, Halloween and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas.
It's Halloween, you
New
blink,
Year's.
it's New Year's.
Yeah.
That's how quick it goes.
And it all involves being around lots of other people.
Yeah.
And that is such a huge waste of energy.
See, I don't get invited to any of these things, so I'm fine.
Really?
I don't ever get invited to anything.
Wait, you don't always get invited. You just kind of show up.
Yeah, but
that honestly makes it. I honestly prefer.
If I'm not invited, I'm not showing up.
Oh.
I'm one of those people.
Oh, really?
I'm like, you didn't invite me, then I'm not showing up.
No, but sometimes they're just like get-togethers. You know what I mean?
I'm not even given the information.
I was invited to a party this past week, and this is how bad my anxiety about social situations has got, Eddie. I literally knew one of my other friends was going, and I was like, hey, are you there? And they were like, pulling up right now. What's up? And I was like, cool. Can you go inside and let me know how it is?
Can you take a panoramic picture?
I just needed to know the vibe. I just didn't want to be walking into like a house party from a 1990s, early 2000s movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, you didn't want Scream. You didn't want a Scream party.
I didn't want a Mean Girls party. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to see the environment that I was walking into.
Right.
And he goes, yeah, it's really chill hang. And I was like, great, I'll get out of my car. He's like, you've been sitting in your car? I was like, yeah, outside the car. I drove there and then I was just like, do I want to go in? I was like, there are too many cars on this street for me to feel comfortable of just walking in there.
Wow.
What?
I wouldn't have gone all the way there and not gone in. I just wouldn't have gone.
I had to like amp myself up to go.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Were you in a costume?
What's crazy is
just a party?
Yeah, no. The dress code said Coven Casual. And I was like, I wear black every day.
You're Coven Casual all the time.
Exactly. That is my vibe. But it was Coven Casual and I was just like in gym clothes and no makeup. Like that's how little I wanted to be out of my house. But I was like, I wanted to see people, but I just didn't want to be in a certain environment.
I didn't know there were still parties. I didn't know people still had parties.
Yeah.
I'm so out of it.
This wasn't really a party though. It was just a get together, which is why I was okay.
What's the cutoff between party and get together? What's the defining line between a get together and a party?
The level of noise. The level of noise
or is
and
the amount of people?
The amount of space to move around. Like I vividly remember
like 10 people's a get together.
Yeah, that's a get together. This was probably 20 people, but it was in a house.
20 people feels like a party.
And with a backyard. So there was lots of space.
That feels like a party. 20 people feels like a party.
But they were so spread out. We were all in different rooms.
Is there an event you guys were watching? Was it like a UFC fight or something?
Nope, it was just people were in different rooms hanging out and chatting with people.
That feels like a party.
Outside. No, it wasn't. I promise.
20 people?
There was no music. They were just like mellow, adult scale Halloween costume, like not costumes, decorations around. Like it was just chill.
But it was a Halloween get together?
It was a birthday party.
It was a birthday.
It was a birthday get together.
This is too much.
What?
That seems like a party, not a.
The thing that threw me was
there
that
a cake?
It was a get together. No, there was no cake.
Then how's it a birthday?
I don't know.
None of this adds up.
Was
there decorations?
Yes, but not for birthday, for Halloween.
For Halloween, but not like a happy birthday sign anywhere?
But the lady
Were there
whose
presents?
but the lady whose birthday it was she's a spooky bitch. So like it made sense.
Okay.
You know?
Was there a cauldron?
Yes.
Okay.
There are multiple cultures.
Okay. And okay.
But no cake.
Was it all women?
No, it wasn't a
Okay.
seance.
I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
It wasn't a witch meeting. You know what I mean?
Well, it said low-key coven.
No, that was just like them being like, hey, we're all black. And I was like, mission accomplished.
Bring an animal to sacrifice.
I'm going to bring this bucket of KFC. Do you get that movie reference?
No, what is that?
Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Okay.
Where they're
That's
like,
right.
we
They need
have to
a live
sacrifice
chicken.
a chicken. And he's like, I got KFC.
I'm not going to kill a chicken. I got KFC. Yeah.
I think the thing that bothers me about parties, and I was trying to explain this to somebody, and I don't think normal people have to deal with this, is the parties are exhausting. And not just because like they're an exhausting environment. They're exhausting for me because I feel like if I'm in an environment where I know people from different parts of my life, I unknowingly give different versions of myself to different people.
Well, yeah, we're all different in our different worlds.
But like
that's why people don't like worlds colliding.
Yeah, but it's like really bad. You know what I mean? Where I like short circuit and I cannot interact with people because it's like there's too many versions of me that have to be present at that time.
No, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's why people don't like worlds colliding.
Yeah.
Because you're this way and this way and this way with different people.
Plus, I don't drink.
And that probably doesn't help.
Do you feel like that's like a big thing for you? Does it bother you when you go out and people are like, why don't you drink?
Yeah.
Like
because
are you a weirdo? Do you have a problem?
People always like, it's the weirdest thing when people confront you about drinking because they're always sort of like, why don't you drink? I'm like, well, I just don't drink. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, nothing happened.
Nothing had to happen.
I just don't drink.
Some people's bodies just don't react well to alcohol, or they come from a family whose bodies did not react well to alcohol, and they're like, I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah. Or you see what other people look like when they drink, you're like, I don't want that for myself. I don't like drunk people.
That's the worst. What's crazy is I made money off drunk people for a long time. I'd work in bars, but I would get hired.
The best people I talk to are drunk people.
Yeah.
A comedy club, the best audiences are drinking.
The audiences are. I feel like more and more comics are going straight edge though.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No, I've noticed that trend.
I feel like it's happening.
Last 5-10 years.
Yeah. I feel like more and more people are like, yeah, we're sober.
Yeah.
I think we're like, I don't need to suffer for the art.
I'm like the OG.
You are. I feel like we just were like, we don't have to suffer for the art, you know? Right. I tell the girls that I work with all the time, if you have to be drunk to get on stage, pick a new job.
Oh, dude, you can't.
Don't do this. You can't. Because you'll never get better at a skill that you're doing when you're in a different mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get the having the nerves before you go on stage, and some people are like, I just gotta do a shot to calm my nerves.
You have to learn how to get through that.
If you do that, you're starting a bad habit because just get up on stage and tell a joke, and then your nerves will go away.
Yeah, I get those first 2 laughs, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just need those first 2 or 3 laughs, and I'm good.
I just have to get the microphone out of the stand.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. As soon as I get the mic in my hand, I'm fine.
Really? No, I still need those first 2 laughs.
It's the walking up. I'm like, okay, all right. And as soon as
you still get that after all this time?
Mm-hmm. Not all. It depends on the show.
Is it dependent
on the vibe of the room and the show?
Where the room is?
Yeah.
Like if it's like an away game.
Yeah. If I'm headlining a club, a little more nerves because there's more responsibility on me. Like if I'm on the road and I'm headlining, like I'm the headliner for the night, there's more pressure.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's more nerves. If I'm just doing like a show, like a 10-minute set in town somewhere, like I don't have like whatever.
There's no nerves for
that. None of these people are gonna remember me 10 minutes after I'm off stage anyway. You're seeing 30 comics tonight.
Yeah.
So there's no pressure.
I've definitely felt the more normies I'm around.
Yeah.
The more I get questioned about why I don't drink. Oh, is it because you're a comedian? Is it because you guys have substance
some people
abuse
just don't
problems?
want to fucking drink.
It's weird though.
But some people can't even function. They can't even stand. They can't even be at a party or a social situation without a drink in their hand because it's just like I need to have something in my hand to act normal.
I've had, I don't know. I've just been around so much drinking. Like do you drink in front of your parents? Or no, like have you ever drank in front of your parents?
I don't drink.
No, I know, but have you never drank in front of your parents?
I've never drank.
Ever?
No.
Ever?
No. You knew that about me.
I know, but there's never been a beer. I feel like you had a beer one time.
I had a beer when I lost a bet.
Oh.
But that was in college.
That's it?
Yeah.
I thought there had been one drink.
No. I don't drink. It
Good
tastes
for
like
you,
shit.
Eddie.
It tastes like shit.
It doesn't taste good.
No, it tastes like shit.
But I think that's by design.
And it makes people ugly.
It does. Like ugly acting or like acting or physically ugly?
Both.
Yeah.
Drunk people are ugly and they act ugly.
I think that after a while, like drinking tends to kind of beat up your face.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I know a lot of people do drink and I don't hold it against them if that's what they choose to do, but I find it ugly.
It's funny because you sent me this article and it was like things you should never ask somebody.
Oh,
or
why
like,
they don't drink?
Yeah, why they don't drink.
So why does it
Personal
matter?
choice.
Do I ask you why you drink? Why are you drinking?
Why are you drinking? I'm like,
what's wrong with you?
How much time do you have?
What trauma did you experience to make you drink right now?
I just have so many friends that are like in 12-step programs because they did have problems, you know? Or they are around AA because they had people in their life that were alcoholics.
Yeah.
I just always found it was like it was definitely a deterrent in like my past relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I would be dealing with somebody and I'd be like, I could tell they were not themselves and they would deny being drunk.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Well, when you've been around someone who's drinking and you're trying to have a conversation with them and you're sober and they're intoxicated, whatever level of intoxication they are, whether they're belligerent drunk or just buzzed, it's still like you're trying to play two different sports at the same time.
Yeah.
They don't match up. Like one person is sober, the other person's got alcohol in them. You can't have a productive conversation.
It's like when Michael Jordan tried to play baseball.
Yes. It's literally like it's a goofy ass swing. Everyone's uncomfortable and wondering why they're doing this. You really shouldn't have got busted gambling on the Bulls.
Oh.
And had to do a 2-year suspension no one knows about.
Do you have anything interesting coming up for Halloween?
Every year I try to up Colton's Halloween costumes.
Yeah. So what's this year's Darth Vader?
This year's Darth Vader. Last year was
Mm.
Indiana Jones.
Has he gotten the all clear from the school to wear the helmet?
No. This is the problem. Last year he was Indiana Jones, and we had a great Indiana Jones costume.
Does his generation know who Indiana Jones is?
I don't know. Well, the movie just came out that summer, the last one.
Yeah, but that's old Indiana Jones. And I think what?
I think Indiana Jones is enough in the pop culture, is baked enough into the pop culture. People know who Indiana Jones is. And he went to the school and they had a costume contest at the school for people that wore their costumes that day. And it stated plainly on the flyer, no masks.
Yeah.
You can't wear a mask to school. So Colton was like, all right, well, I think he had the golden idol with him. He had like everything. He had his whip. He had everything. He was good.
He took a whip to school?
No mask, but you can take a whip to school.
Jesus.
I had it.
Welcome to North Hollywood.
I had it garbage tied down. Like you couldn't open the
Okay.
thing up. You needed like scissors to open the thing up. And he gets there and he loses to
You're like, I don't need a call from the fucking office.
No, I don't want to.
Your child whipped someone. Excuse me?
He's got a bullwhip and he's going through the hallways bullwhipping people. So I was like, just throw a snake at him, he'll run. So they have a contest, and the guy that gets first place is a guy dressed like Five Nights at Freddy's, one of that fucking bear or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like when Chuck E. Cheese becomes demonic, right? Okay, yeah.
But he's got the fucking helmet. He's got the mask on. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Cool.
And Colton was pissed, like fucking pissed. That this guy broke the rules and won the prize.
Oh, that's where I get mad too. Is when people break rules or when people get away with stuff where I'm like,
and then are rewarded.
I'm arguing about the facts. I'm arguing about the facts and the rules, and I want things to be fair.
Right. And he followed the rules, and then this other person blatantly broke the rules and was rewarded for it.
Do you think Colton's gonna get in trouble?
I don't know. But he's determined this year to wear that Darth Vader costume, mask, and all to school. And I'm like, well,
I feel like you're gonna get a call.
So I compromised with him. I was like, all right, what we'll do is you can wear Darth Vader, but we're going to put a bald cap on you and make you look like dying, dead Darth Vader from Return of the Jedi.
That is going to be so hot.
I know it's going to be hot, but so is the costume. The costume is like wearing a garbage bag. It's all black and leather or fake leather, and he's going to sweat his ass off.
Thank God he's been playing football, or he would not be conditioned for this.
No, he probably wouldn't. He'd probably die and look like dead Darth Vader, which will work. He might win. So yeah, I gotta do the makeup. So he's going bald cap with a big scar on his head.
Do you feel the need to like up your game every single year with Colton's costumes?
Yeah, because I think he's getting to the point where
Does he still want to trick or treat?
He's at that point. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to go out this year, Dad. And I'm like, Because we always go to our neighborhood, like right by our apartment building. There's like a little neighborhood where he used to trick or treat when he was in elementary school.
Oh, I thought you guys still busted over to Toluca Lake where all the big candy bars
No,
are.
we go over there to like look at the decorations because it's kind of nice. But like trick or treating,
you're like, we don't do that. We don't.
We don't do that.
We definitely stay in our neighborhood.
Right. We don't go to the rich neighborhood with the full size candy bars.
So you feel the need to up his costume?
Yeah, but I think I said you can go out, but if you want to go trick or treating, go trick or treating.
Is he feeling the pressure socially to not do it anymore?
Yeah, I think he feels awkward because he's a big kid. He's tall. He's 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And dressed like Darth Vader, he's gonna look like a man.
Yeah, people are gonna be like,
why is there a man trick or treating at my door dressed like Darth Vader?
Damn.
But I think he wants to go around door to door just to show people the costume more so than get the candy. I think he just wants people to like his costume.
Oh,
so
is there some place you can take him where it's kind of like that, but like
I don't know.
Besides West Hollywood, he's not ready for that.
No, he's not ready. No one.
He's not ready for that.
I'm not ready for that.
No.
Have you ever been down there
for Halloween?
For the West Hollywood?
Yeah.
I went when I first moved out here.
I've never felt safer, honestly.
Oh, you don't feel dead. You don't feel in danger at all. It's just like you're like, my God, I've seen a lot.
I've seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things I can't unsee.
I've seen a lot of Wang. So much Wang.
So much Wang. And it's always themed Wang. You know what I mean? Where they're like, you know how girls are like, I'm going to dress like a slutty version of this.
Yeah.
West Hollywood's like, how do I do this character with his dick out?
How can I give this character a Wang? That's what I want to do.
Oh man.
So
I'm slowly but surely like planning all my trips home for the holidays. And obviously, like, it's kind of in flux right now because we're just trying to figure out what the shape the house is going to be in.
Are you going home for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, but I also have shows in Florida that week. I'm in Miami, I'm in Orlando, and I'm in Tampa for shows the following week around Thanksgiving.
Nice.
But one thing while I'm trying to get the word out about those shows, I'm getting so heated on Facebook.
Why?
Because there's just people in Florida that are essentially saying that there's a machine that's making these hurricanes.
Oh, the people that think the weather's controlled by
it's
a
called,
certain sect of society.
Yes. They said that it's weather manipulation is what they're calling it. The term for it is weather manipulation. And I'm like, you mean climate change?
Yeah. You mean us ignoring the climate or
this is the same,
polluting the earth for the last century?
There's a particular kid that I went to high school with that's really bad about it. Where I'm just like, Josh, I saw you make homemade Fort Loco with Adderall 151 and Sunkissed. Like, no, like you're not a scientist.
Yeah.
You're not a scientist.
What gets me is like, okay, if you think one group of people can control the weather, wouldn't you want to be on that team? Wouldn't you want to vote for that group of people to run the world?
Yeah.
If they can control the weather?
What is it? The friend of my enemy is my friend.
Right. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, that makes sense.
As opposed to vote for the other side that gets beat up by the weather. Like, I don't understand the misinformation that goes on online is insanity.
I think where I struggle is when people are just not willing to acknowledge that science can change.
Right.
The people that don't understand that science, in fact, is malleable.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it's not true in that moment.
Science is the truth until it discovers it's not, then it changes.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that was the whole thing we were dealing with like during the pandemic. You know what I mean? Where they're like, what about this and this and this? It's like, yeah, buddy, we were all flying by the seat of our pants.
Well, there hadn't been a global pandemic in a century.
Yeah.
No one knew what the fuck was going on.
No one knew what to do.
So yeah, was there some overreaction and missteps by the people in charge?
100%.
Yeah. But they were doing it. They were trying to err on the side of caution of protecting people, not trying to control people and manipulate people.
Yeah.
It was like, no, everyone don't wear a mask. Okay. Oh no, that study's wrong. Everyone should wear a mask. They're
just trying to figure it out. They're just trying to keep people safe. Science can change.
Yes.
It just means for now, these are the facts until we are presented better and new information.
Until new information comes in, we have to go with what we have on hand.
I don't understand why this is such a hard concept for people.
Because people are idiots.
You have to be willing to change with the world around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When new information presents itself.
At some point, like, people thought the world was flat.
Yeah.
Some people still do.
Some still do.
Good luck going to the end of the earth.
But I think if you had a Venn diagram of flat earthers and people that think the weather can be controlled,
it's
a circle.
Yeah.
It's the same morons.
It's just like, how did so many people fail basic science?
These are a lot of people that were smoking in the boys' room during science class and history class.
Listen, I got out of some science stuff. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, you used to be able to, I don't know if it was this way in Virginia, if your parents wrote a letter and they said, learning this part of biology goes against my religious beliefs.
No.
You could not be forced.
That's Florida.
To learn certain things in the classroom. I'm dead serious.
Really?
You could do that. Yeah. Like I got out of dissecting a cat. I was like, I can't.
A cat?
Yeah.
Why are you guys doing cats?
Cats and pigs. I got out of dissecting both of them.
We dissected a frog in high school.
Yeah.
And then in college, we did a fetal pig.
A fetal pig. I can't do it. I can't do an animal that I can pet. Fish, things that live in the ocean, all day. I don't know why.
Right.
I don't have that same attachment to it.
Right.
But like, I was way too sensitive to be dissecting a cat.
I could see. Like, why would you dissect a cat? I've never heard of dissecting a cat before. That's Florida. That's just roadkill they found.
No.
That's where they went on. They just, you want a raccoon or a cat today?
But yeah, my mom wrote notes for that. She was like, yeah, I can't have my daughter. I can't have my daughter coming home. She'll be a mess.
Yeah, you can't cut open a cat.
She'll be a mess.
That's a domesticated pet.
My mom, she's a physical therapist and she had to dissect a human.
Oh.
Like she had like
a cadaver.
Yeah, a cadaver. Uh-huh.
Damn.
He had a name. They called him Charlie.
No, you don't name the cadaver.
Yeah,
you just give it a number.
His name was Charlie.
You give it a number.
His name was Charlie.
Hobo Charlie.
I have a crazy. I'm sorry.
Well,
I have a crazy story about a cadaver.
Oh,
okay.
Please. Did it come alive? Was it not dead?
Well, anyway. So in high school, it happened when I don't know. I'm not going to give.
You were doing cadavers in high school?
Ready?
Okay.
What high school?
Ready? Hold on. Ready? Big anatomy class. I did the cat. I did the pig. I did the frog. I did a bunch of stuff. Okay. Crazy. I know.
Yeah.
Crazy high school.
You did a dog?
Crazy high school.
Absolutely not.
Fucking Doogie Howser High School? What are you doing?
So check this out. We were getting ready to do the cadaver.
We were
getting built up to the cadaver part. A high school in New York, they didn't check the class's students and the cadaver that got donated, and like the kid walked into this room seeing his grandma.
No.
Immediate program shut down. Whole big thing. They changed a lot of stuff. Look it up. Just saying, it was crazy.
What?
Yep.
What? And what, Alex? What are you fucking doing with all of this dissection knowledge?
I was gonna be like, I was on my way to.
You're gonna dissect grandma?
No, I was on my way to do doctor stuff. It just didn't work out.
And
that
now
way.
you're running a podcast.
Now you're recording podcasts?
Well,
those animals
I'm a content
died
creator.
for no reason.
Content creator, sorry.
Those animals died for no reason. Like you don't need if you don't
First
need to
of all,
do it.
I can talk about the cats. They didn't die for no reason.
They died because they were drowned.
Guys.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like the kid didn't know his grandmother donated her body to science?
No, of course not. Like it was just like you would think
they didn't have a funeral for grandma?
Well, they knew that part, but like it just, when you think you donate to science, they're not going to tell you what part of science. That's the thing.
They don't tell you. And sometimes like there's a very loose interpretation of what donating your body to science means because it can literally be used for anything. You really shouldn't donate your body to science. If
you care about your body.
Care about your body.
Dead,
you're
so
dead,
it's just your body.
But also like if it matters to your family.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know. Like I've heard of them doing like military experiments, like where they like do shit to you. Like it's insane.
Did your flat earther friend tell you about these military
dumbass. It was on an episode of John Oliver where it was talking about what happens when you donate your body to science. I've never heard this, but that's insane.
That's crazy.
At least
Meemaw was laying on the fucking table when you walk in.
Like the world is so small. The world is so small when you
So
think
that
about
means
it.
literally, I'm sure it was covered up, right? And then they walk in, then they uncover it, and they're like, "Fucking."
It's very much like the movie in a world where you walk into that room and they open it. They open a bag and that's
And
what
naked Meemaw is right there.
Yeah,
naked
you
dead
remember
Meemaw.
Fast Times when he's like the doctor's like going in on that scene.
Wow.
Very much like that supposedly.
That's
No.
messed up.
How do we come back from this?
I don't know.
I thought it was a Halloween episode. My bad.
That's a show closer.
That's it. No. I mean, you roll straight into Florida Man from this. But that does feel so Florida. Where
is
was this,
very
Alex?
Florida.
The East Coast.
East Coast
Well, that's Florida.
of Florida. But no, stuff is changing all the time
Yeah.
when it comes to science.
Unless
you guys see that? Did
unless
you
we're in a is energy doesn't I forgot how it was worded. Energy doesn't go away, it just transfers.
Yeah.
Right? You don't get rid of energy. It remains constant. Or if it does decrease. It never increases. Right? I got to pull up the article because I don't want to get it wrong.
Listen,
But it's interesting.
I've seen the Truman Show. I've seen the Matrix.
Right.
Which one is it? Is it the Truman Show or is it the Matrix?
We live in okay, here we go. Entropy is the information systems typically remain constant or even decrease to a minimum value. Because of this guy Vopson created the second law of information dynamics, stating that the fifth state of matter, which is information dynamics, has to exist in order to balance the universe, how the universe is expanding without losing or gaining heat.
Huh.
Vopson says this requires total entropy in the universe to remain constant, and that could prove that we live in a simulation. Because entropy remains constant, and information does not.
It just keeps compounding and getting
Yes.
more and more and more and more.
It doesn't.
And more.
There's no entropy to information.
That
So-
might be what's happening,
so
Eddie.
that's
Is you
why
might be malfunctioning.
We may be malfunctioning. That's why he believes he can use this to prove that we live in a simulation because information, the fifth state, doesn't.
I think you should keep working on that one, bud.
So
I don't know. I just think honestly, I think it's more like this. I think it's more like the information has always existed.
yeah,
It's just we're just learning more and more about it because we're hungry for that knowledge. Do you know what I mean?
possibly.
It's like this meme I saw about autism.
God, everything comes back to the tism.
They were like, people are like, you don't, like, oh, so all of a sudden you're autistic. It's like, no. That was always there. We just know about it now. Like
Yeah.
Mount Everest was always there, but it was discovered in the 1800s.
Well, it's like
Do you know what I'm saying?
it's like homosexuals were always there, and then people just started, and then transgender people, gender fluid
Was
people, that
always
was
there.
always there. People didn't know what they felt or how to label it or how to talk about it, and then eventually got to the point of like, oh no, wait, this is what I am.
Yeah. They didn't have the words.
Yeah.
We didn't have the vocabulary. I just think, like I said, I think the information's always been there.
Yes, we're
we're
discovering
hungry
it.
for it.
We keep
discovering it. We keep doubling down. And the smart ones take that information in and they're like, okay, we'll adjust.
We'll adjust, we'll adapt, and we'll move, and we'll evolve. And the other people don't choose to evolve. They choose like, I don't want things to change. They shouldn't be like they were 50 years ago. I'm like, who wants to live in that fucking world?
Not me.
I don't.
Although I do sometimes feel like I'm from another time.
Oh, I'm from the 30s.
The 30s?
Yeah, I should have been.
Why the 30s?
I should have been born in like 1890.
The 30s?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to be around during that. They're in the silent film era, and then like right when it started getting into talkies, like the 1920s.
No.
Yeah, I'm saying vaudeville stuff like that. That would have been
Really?
fun. Yeah. Early Hollywood.
I feel like
That's where I wanted to
I
grow
feel like
up.
mid Hollywood, like probably 1950s and 60s.
Oh, you wanted like the studio days.
Yeah, or 1940s. Yeah, but
40s.
I definitely feel very I Love Lucy-ish.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have thrived in that era.
I could have thrived in silent film.
Silent film? Why? Because you're so physical?
I think so. I think I would have liked to. I think that would have been fun to be out here when it was all new and people were like just figuring it out.
Yeah. Do you ever see that movie Babylon?
No.
There was a lot of stuff about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think that would have been a cool time to be alive. I mean, not
Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of bad shit happening
for
there
straight
too.
white dudes. It would have been a cool time to be
exactly.
alive.
Let's be clear.
Not everybody.
We're viewing this through very privileged lenses,
Through
and we're
this.
aware of that.
Through this lens.
Through
This white dude, straight white dude lens.
wearing a Punisher shirt.
Wearing a Punisher shirt. I think it would have been cool. I would just like to have been around that time because it just seems like it would have been such a creative time to be around before like everything got so established and you kind of could have made your own way.
You're like, if I could have just gotten into Hollywood when it started.
or right? I would have gotten a
or
leg
like
up.
invested in Apple when it started.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Or like the 60s when like the revolution of like independent film came out, like the 60s and the 70s when you had like Easy Rider and stuff like that where people were like
taking chances,
breaking out of the studio system.
Lower budget shit was really popping off.
You just got a camera and had an idea and went and made the thing, and then like,
that's how some of the biggest film, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween. Do you watch those things like How It Got Made?
Yeah,
I love those.
Yeah, so like that would have been fun.
And you just wonder how did this get made? And you're like, not well. It really was like thrown together. Some of like your favorite movies were literally just fly by the seat of your pants, for sure. We had one viewer question this week, Eddie, and I figured it's a nice way to end the show. It's a lighter topic than people's grandmas being dissected.
Yeah, man.
Jesus, Alex.
Fuck, Alex.
Yeah. You know when someone chimes in with something and you're like, I should have said that.
Wonder where this is gonna
I feel
go.
that all the time.
Wonder where this is going to go.
Listen, I feel that all the time where I'll blurt something out trying to be a part of a conversation. Then I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
God. Should have a rewind button.
I was like, oh man, I'm in it now. I'm in it.
Like
not me. I own that story. All right, I lived it. I know it.
I'm in it. I'm in it now. I got to commit. Like that's how I felt. I feel that way all the time, Alex. So don't worry about it.
All right, what's the viewer question?
Someone was asking, when is it too soon to meet someone's family? When you're dating someone, like when do you meet someone? When do you take someone home to meet your family?
I would say a couple months, right?
Couple of months.
Yeah. You'd have to be dating, like serious dating. Like, okay, I see a long-term relationship here, not just like, well, we'll see where this goes in a week or two.
I think the answer has changed though across the course of time because like back in the day, even when I was like starting to date, like dudes had to meet your family.
Well, yeah, if you're in high school or college,
to pick you up.
Because you live at home, then yeah, they meet your family. But if you're out in the real world and you have your own life and you're dating someone, you don't want to bring in someone, hey mom, this is this guy this month. Like you don't.
Yeah.
You kind of wait until it's like, no, I've said I love you to this person. They've said it back. I think you should meet my parents now.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be before I love you.
When do you say I love you?
I don't know. 6 months.
6 months. Okay.
Right? It's been so long. I don't know.
Right?
It's been so long for me.
Honestly, I don't know the answer to these things.
I guess when it feels right. I mean, I think a month might be too quick.
Yeah.
6 months might be around the right time.
I feel like I've screwed
4
this.
months?
I feel like I've screwed this up so often. I don't know.
There's not a right time. I guess however it feels right. I suppose it feels good after a month and you both are that into each other.
So you and Tracy have been together for so long. It's like, do you remember like dating pre-Tracy? Like, did you meet other parents?
It's all hazy.
Yeah, right?
It's just a fog.
You're like, dude, no.
It's just a fog. I mean, this has been my life for over half my life now. So
I met people's parents pretty fast.
Well, again, like, yeah.
But we were younger.
If you're younger, yeah, your parents have to want to know who you're hanging out with.
Now it's like,
but yeah, are you gonna take your boyfriend to meet your parents in Tampa? Unless it's like serious or you're engaged.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it'd have to be before I get engaged. I will say this. I feel like at some point, your parents liking or not liking your significant other, if you've done the work on yourself and you're an independent sovereign human being, it means less to you.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like now it's like not as big of a deal if someone meets my family.
Yeah.
It's more anxiety ridden, I think, for me because of the thing we talked about earlier, where it's like, shit, these two groups of people that know
it's worlds colliding.
different versions of me. I don't like this.
And and the person you're with is gonna learn a lot about who you are by going to see your parents.
Yes. And I think it really helps if you understand how you're a product of your environment before you take somebody home.
And they should also know a great deal about you before they meet your parents.
Yeah, so they have context.
So they have some context of where you came from. And
because listen, if you've left home, there's a good chance you are very different than your parents. Like I look at my parents and I'm like, how did you two raise such a socially conscious, sensitive daughter?
Well, yeah, if you live 3,000 miles away from your parents, chances are you don't have a ton. I mean, you love your parents, but you don't have a ton in common with them, or you would have, or with the people in their lives, or you would have stayed there. Yeah. You're different than them, or you would have stayed there.
No, I mean, I had to leave because I wanted to be in the industry. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I don't, even when I go back to Florida, though, I still feel like a fish out of water. I'm like, I don't belong here.
Had you not been in the industry, I don't think you would have stayed in Florida.
I don't belong here. It's weird because I came out to LA when I was like 8 years old for like a vacation. Yeah. And when I came out here, I was like, oh, I belong here.
Yeah.
I was like, I just came out here and I was like, I knew that this is where I was going to end up being. And it's like, my dad's like, why do you live out there? It's so expensive. And it's like, this is where I've always felt called to be.
Yeah.
You know, even when stuff's not easy, because it's not easy to live here, you know?
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. It's very expensive, but I still am like, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
My mom always pulls this up. There's this thing I wrote when I was in second or third grade. It's, where do you want to live when you grow up? And I wrote, I want to live in Hollywood. In third grade, I wrote that. And I'd never even been out here.
Wild. Did you know you wanted to be in entertainment though when you were younger?
Yeah, I always wanted to be I wanted to do something with movies or something TV or movies.
Man,
my whole life.
When Colton brings chicks home, she's going to be like, I get it.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. Colton was primarily raised by you when he was younger, right?
He spent a lot of time with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Tracy was working a lot.
Because Tracy worked a lot. I'm just saying, you were like,
he's heavily influenced by me.
For sure. Yeah, exactly. So when he brings people home, like girls are gonna be like,
oh, I get it. I see what's happening.
But that's a good thing.
You're a dork like your dad. Yeah.
He's not a dork.
So
you're not a dork.
I'm kind of a dork.
But that's what the charm is.
Yeah, I'm happy.
So the answer of your question is, we don't fucking know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Whatever feels right.
It's got to feel right. You have to feel like this person's going to be an established person of your life. And
it's going to be anxiety ridden, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Anytime you introduce your significant other to your parents, there's always going to be, because again, it's clashing of worlds.
What do you do if the person you bring home like kind of shuts down because they get overwhelmed by your parents?
Well, I think you should have to understand who you're with and what they're like, and if they.
Because I used to be like, oh, if someone doesn't get along with my parents, does that mean they're not my person?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. That was always like a big thing for me back in the day. And now I'm like, maybe not.
No, I don't think they have to get along with your parents. It shouldn't be conflict there constantly.
Yeah. But I'm just saying like if they get really quiet and kind of like withdrawn, does that mean they're not into you? Or does that mean like...
I think it's just it's just a weird situation sometimes.
It's just the weird energy of like the getting to know you.
Like I'm here in this room with this girl's parents.
Do you remember the time you met Tracy's parents?
Well, I've known her since high school. So I met them.
You met them as friends?
I met them as friends. My friend's parents.
You cheated.
So yeah, I cheated big time.
Ugh.
But yeah, I didn't.
When you guys got together, were they like, we knew it? No,
I think they liked me before. And then I think they were just like, oh, this is a good person for my daughter to be with.
So it didn't change your dynamic with them at all?
Not really.
Like,
no.
They weren't like, oh.
No, they were happy about it.
That's cool.
They were happy about it.
That's cool.
And they're good people, so yeah.
Well, Eddie, is it time?
Oh, it's that time.
It is.
There we go.
Buckle up, Alex. I don't know.
Well, you guys pushed last week.
The cadaver story really puts in
week.
Perspective why Alex might be good at this.
I've seen some stuff.
He has seen some shit. Playing Florida Man Friday, iRegion Sturgis 3 Florida Man headlines, 2 real, 1 fake. Just tell me, what is the fake Florida Man headline. Alex will play along, putting the studio's record up against Jen's record.
Okay.
It's 11 to 8?
12 to 10.
12 to 10. Oh, that's right. You guys both got it right. So 12 to 10 last week. Here we go. Florida man injured in house fire caused by homemade fire pizza oven made out of bathtub and cinder blocks. Florida man accused of masturbating in front of children says he was just adjusting his hernia. Florida man locks keys in car so cops can't search it. 2 of those are real. 1 of those has not happened yet. Questions?
Oh, man.
I feel like the second one is real.
Okay.
Can you repeat the second one, actually?
Florida man
That's the hernia
accused
one.
of masturbating in front of children says he was just adjusting his hernia.
God damn it.
That feels real.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to go 1 for me.
You're going 1 as the fake
yeah,
one?
that's kind of what I was
Florida
thinking.
man
The
injured in
pizza
house
oven?
fire from homemade pizza oven?
Yeah, I don't think you can do it in a bathtub. Like I've actually like tried to like build it in my head while I've been sitting here talking to you.
You
I'm like,
try to build a pizza oven in a bathtub? That's crazy.
in my head, I'm
With
like,
cinder
yeah.
blocks?
In my head, I'm just like, yeah, that can't be done.
All right. Again, you guys have both won.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You guys
That
both
was really
guessed
creative, Eddie.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But did you think about how you'd build it?
Yeah. Pizza. Well, you would
He's
stack
like, I was fully prepared for your questions.
It's a pizza oven, so you'd stack the cinder blocks around in like almost like a half circle, and then put the bathtub on top of it, and then so it's like an oven, so the heat sort of it's like a convex oven with the heat circling around like a pizza oven.
No.
Yeah, that's how it would
No,
work.
Eddie.
I think that would work.
The hernia for sure, because you can have them in different body parts. I think I have one right now.
Gary Singer, 30, was arrested in Pinellas County
Yeah.
jail.
St. Pete.
Largo police said a group of kids under the age of 16 were walking home from school in an undisclosed location when they noticed the guy in the window masturbating as they walked by the house. And then he said he was just adjusting his hernia.
So, like, have you ever had a hernia?
No, not that I know of.
I think I have one right
Dude,
now.
they're painful, I've heard.
They're not. It's not painful necessarily. There's something going on.
Is there a bulge sticking out? Oh.
It comes and it goes.
Is it in your pelvis?
No,
in
no,
your
no.
stomach?
Mine's up here with next to my
Can you push it
belly
in?
button. Yeah.
Oh, it might be a hernia.
It's so weird.
That might be a hernia.
I did it coughing when I had like that illness that I
Yeah.
just got over recently
Yeah.
when I came back from Florida.
Yeah.
I was coughing so much and I bent over and coughed, and
You know
I
it's
felt
your
it.
intestines coming through your stomach wall.
I felt it. I felt it like slide out, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
You might need to get that checked.
Dude, I got enough problems.
You don't want that to
I'm
get
gonna
worse.
be a man about it and be
Don't
like,
be a
"It's
man."
fine. It's fine." You can push them back in, right? That's why I was like, "You
Until
can
it
adjust
bursts
them.
or it gets worse
You can adjust them."
or gets stuck out there.
Wear
I don't
it
know.
like a belt.
But I saw it. I took some pictures that week, and I can see it in the pictures
Ew.
where I was like, "Oh no, I need to look at this." I'm sure. So yeah, I knew that one was real because
Fun.
I was like, "Been there, done that."
Fun.
Eddie, where can people find you?
At Eddie Pence on all the socials or eddiepence.com.
You can find me, guys, at Jennifer Sturger on all the socials. Please keep liking, subscribing, doing all the things with the pod. You guys are doing such a great job. You're getting the word out there. You're helping us find sponsors. We're so grateful for it.
Yes.
Like, subscribe.
5-star rating, positive text review.
Yeah, positive text review. And
That always helps.
Yeah. And make sure you check out both of our socials to see when we're coming to cities near you. Cool. Until next time, guys. We'll see you on another episode of Not Today.
Bye.